Hey adventurers, so today is going to be a look at my stats for 2026 as my channel stats, I guess. I like doing this because I like seeing the stats. I don't really utilize them beyond just looking at them and thinking, oh, that's really cool type thing. But if other people like seeing these as well, that's great. I'm glad that they do. At least for me, I like seeing other people's channel stats and I like seeing my stats. And so it doesn't bother me what they look like, but I do like seeing them. So let's get into this and take a look at what we're seeing. For 2025, my views were 35,894, which was up 94% from 2024, so from the previous year. Up 94% is that's huge. That's great. I'm extremely happy with that. Watch hours was also up. They were at 1,210.3 watch hours, with being up 37% from 2024. And then subscribers was 181 that were gained, which was down 9% from 2024. And I totally understand why. I totally get why that would be the case, because of the videos that I was doing in 2024 were very much shooting for the algorithm, and the algorithm pushing those out to more viewers and people subscribing because of those videos. It was top 100 books of all time series. I did that, and that was really popular for new viewers. And so I totally get why the subscribers would be down in 2025, but they're only down 9%, which isn't really that much. As far as what I did on the channel, I had 4 live streams during the year. So the live streams that I did during 2025 were a 1,000 subscribers in 5 years Q&A anniversary type video live stream that Kate and I sat down and did. That was fun. I did a Protectors of Protani discussion with several other booktubers, and Mike Molman, the author, joined us towards the end there, which was awesome. I did an author interview with J.R. Carroll, and I did an author interview with Tori Tekken. And so those were my 4 live streams that I did during the year. I did 42 shorts, and I actually started out the year in January with a short video, and I did a recommendation for every day of the month. And so I did 31 shorts in January, which was really fun, really challenging, really difficult for me in a lot of ways, but it was a good challenge, and I'm glad that I did that. And then I basically did no more shorts until I did one in March, I believe, and then I did several more towards the end of the year. Yeah, last 3 months of the year, October through December, I did several more. Then as for videos, I published 92 videos, which would have been higher, except that I did take a break for about 2 months because my computer died and I had to get a new one, and then I had to get it all set up and get things figured out and get things scheduled out so that I could actually work and get caught up. And so I did take a break about 2 months long of not having any videos go up, and so that definitely impacted my total number of videos. For total videos that were posted on the channel in 2025, that would include uploads and shorts and live streams, I did 139 according to analytics. I counted it at 138, so somewhere something doesn't really add up, which I'm not exactly sure what it is. Maybe I deleted a video, maybe I didn't. I don't know. I don't exactly know what I did there that caused those numbers to not add up. But anyways, that's what it is. But that is up 68% from 2024, which I only posted 82 videos in 2024. And then I also did 6 posts, which were mostly just, hey, look at this trailer type things, and not really me discussing anything or anything special, but I do like to mention it because it is part of my stats. As far as collaborations go, I had 3 appearances on other channels and 2 author interviews, and then 1 discussion. And I might be missing some, I might have forgotten something, and if I did, I apologize, but those are the ones that I could find and remember. So let's go through this really quickly. At the beginning of the year, I had a Motley Crue chat with Tori from Tori Tekken, and so that was an appearance on her channel. I did Bald and Balding Creature Creation with Mike Molman. That was an appearance on that channel. And then I did a discussion with Liam from Liam's Lyceum titled The Weakest and Wit Feeblest to discuss Arthurian literature, but actually just bash Wheel of Time. And that was a super fun video. Anytime I get to do anything with Liam, I have a blast. So yeah, those were my 3 appearances, and then my 2 author interviews I already mentioned were J.R. Carroll and Tori Tekken, and then my 1 discussion was the Protectors of Protani series that I had with who all was on that. It was with Nico from Nico's Book Reviews, Usman from Bards and Books, and Benghis Khan, Ben from Books with Benghis Khan. And so those were the people that I did the interview or the discussion with, and then Mike Molman jumped on at the end, like I mentioned, and that was super fun. I love talking about that series. I have a whole lot of fun reading that series as well. All right, so then channel highlights. This is something that is kind of new to this year, but just some things that I would like to mention that were cool that I did, or that happened in this year. So in 2025 we passed 5 years on BookTube, and so 2026 will be 6 years on BookTube. That's really cool. We did pass 1,000 subscribers. That's cool. I got a new computer, had a 2-month break, which was roughly June 12th through July 27th, more or less. Not exactly, but more or less. I think I had a couple videos scheduled, which is why it went into June 12th, but more or less I took a break there. That was fun. I had not fun to have to deal with getting a new computer and everything like that, but it was good to take a break. It was actually helpful and refreshing to take a break, and then to be able to come back to it. During that time I spent some time writing reviews, and that was helpful to get me kind of caught up on writing reviews. But yeah, so that break was nice. The new computer is nice. I'm appreciating both those things, even though the 2-month break was not what I was expecting in the year. I reviewed 45 books on the channel. That's great. I would love to do more. I need to do more book reviews. I was able to take a really good look at my sci-fi reading. I did several videos actually about science fiction and my reading of science fiction, and what has happened with my opinions on science fiction over the 5 years that I'd been on BookTube and stuff like that. And so I was able to really dive into that a lot more than I ever had before, and that was really fun for me to do. I continued reading lots of Arthuriana, which is great. I love exploring Arthurian literature, and I love talking about it and just going through and seeing all the influences and inspirations that have come from that. And also just how that genre continues to live on, and how it continues to be inspired from what came before it. And then I finally read Beowulf. So that's a huge goal milestone for me, to have finally completed Beowulf, which I really enjoyed it. I had a great time with it. So that was awesome. So that is really my channel stats. I don't have a whole lot more to say about it, but I did want to add one more little piece to this, and that is I wanted to shout out some booktubers that I found in 2025. Some booktubers that they may or may not be new. Some of them are new, some of them are not, and none of them are new now. But nonetheless, I want to shout some out. I think I have 4 here that were just booktubers that I found this in 2025, and I really appreciate their channels and have been having a good time watching their content. At least one of these is bigger than me. I don't really care, but let's go through these. So I have Jonathan with his channel, The Everman Reads, and he is doing a super cool challenge where he basically reads the entire timeline of fantasy, starting at the beginning of fantasy and reading through up into what's coming out currently. And it's a huge challenge, a massive undertaking, and it's super cool the way that he's doing it, the way that he's discussing it. I just had a great time watching his channel and his content and hearing his discussions on all these. I mean, he's still hundreds of years back, but it's really cool to hear his discussion and hear what he's thinking of the books as he goes through them and stuff like that. And I'm getting recommendations, I'm getting books that, hey, I need to try this one and stuff like that. So it's been really fun. So the next one I have is Michael with Thorough Book Reviews. This is a channel that is quite a bit smaller, and I think it's criminally underrated. I think it's significantly smaller than it should be. I think he should have a whole lot more subscribers than he does, because his analysis of books is fantastic, and he just does a great job at telling you his thoughts. He's very clear, he's very concise, and he's very direct with his thoughts. He's not beating around the bush at all. He's just like, this is what I think, this is what I see, and it's very good, and I really appreciate his thoughts on things. So yeah, definitely recommend that channel as well. Then I have Angie with Covers, Spines, and Pages. This is a newer channel, and I just appreciate the new voice that we have in the community. She's not new to the community. She's been around commenting, viewing in the community for a long time, but it's nice to see her step into the role of booktuber and share her thoughts. And she is still pretty new at it, and so she's still getting used to it and figuring out her style and stuff like that, but I've enjoyed her content so far, and so I wanted to shout her out as well. And then the last one I have is David with Four Corners of the Page, and this is one where he's bigger than me. He's got a bigger channel than I do, and he's a far better booktuber than I am. He's got some great insights. He has a great way of discussing books, and I just have a good time watching his content as well and seeing what he does with it. So all 4 of those channels I definitely recommend checking out and subscribing to them if you haven't already. Probably hopefully you've heard of some of these people. They're all members of the community. They're all around. But yeah, they've got some good thoughts and some good discussions on these books, on the books that they're reading and the things that they're doing. So definitely recommend all of those. And yeah, thank you guys for watching an Erudite adventure. I hope this was kind of interesting to you. And if nothing else, I hope you found a new booktuber to subscribe to. So thank you guys for watching an Erudite adventure. We post videos every Monday and Thursday, and our social media is linked in the description down below. We'll see you guys again soon. Stay warm.